little bit early, but I just want to make sure that I am here on time because I'm usually a few seconds late. But while I wait for everyone to hop on, I want to formally introduce myself. My name is Senya, and I am a creative entrepreneur, and I'm obsessed with stationery. I don't know if you see my Instagram. Plus, I am a small shop owner, and I help aspiring entrepreneurs build their online presence, but not just their online presence, their confidence to be online as well. And I've recently started calling myself an educator just because I want to educate all of the aspiring entrepreneurs to be able to automate their social media and be able to make it social again. Hi, Nicole. So today's pretty much a big deal. I've actually been putting a lot of thought into this live just because I have so many people asking me this question, and it's overwhelming. Like, I understand it's super overwhelming to try to, build a business. And if you have a hobby and want to make it a business, it's just like, okay, where do I start with social media? How many times am I supposed to post? I don't have time to post. I have kids. Like, we get it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how to plan your Instagram content in one sitting. If I look over here, it's because I'm on Facebook for my girls that aren't on Instagram. Okay, so I'm not ignoring you, Facebook. So let's get straight into it because I know you might be on your lunch hour and I don't want to waste your time. And if you miss a few points, feel free to watch the replay. Cool. So planning your Instagram content is obviously something that could be super overwhelming at first. And the first thing, before you even think about putting up a post on Instagram, is you need to know, hi Phil, he's my friend too. You need to know why you're posting. Are you making it to where you want to make more sales? Do you want to be more visible? Do you want to build a community? Are you trying to be an influencer? Like, why is it that you're posting on Instagram and making yourself have a social media strategy? JM Productions, I see you too. So that's the first thing that you need to make sure to figure out. This is going to take you about, 20-ish minutes or so. And this is before you are going to start posting. Like, this time does not include all of the planning for your Instagram. Okay? So this is before. This is going to be you sipping on some wine or coffee, figuring out, why am I posting? What is my point? From there, you need to figure out who you're posting for. And I wanted to give you an example of the things that I have. So I have a sheet called Who is My Ideal Client? And it's a full sheet. It's 8.5 by 11. But I made it small because I don't need the whole sheet. And I have 3 ideal clients, okay? So these 3 ideal clients, I know exactly who I'm talking to. I know that, okay, for example, one of my ideal clients is an MLM mom. I don't know if you know what an MLM is. It's like Herbalife or like LipSense and things like that. Or doTERRA, essential oils. This girl or this mom, I know that she's married. I know that she's 36. She lives like in my old hometown. She loves to craft and do DIY stuff. Like super, super specific. That's how specific you need to get. This is also going to take about 20 to 40 minutes. Just really depends on how strategic you want to get. And once you have these 2 clear things, everything else is going to be super easy. So yes, you want to get more sales, but who are you selling to? Okay, females. What kind of females? Like powerlifting females if you're like into fitness, or do you want to do like yoga with them, or just regular lifting? Like, who are you selling to? So, number 1, why? Number 2, who? And that's going to take a total of an hour maximum to figure that out. Let's say you have all of that down, and let's say that you are just, on fire, you have it down. Even if you don't have a website, and even if you don't have an actual business, and it's just a hobby or a thought, who cares? You could still try to start figuring out who it is that you want to target, and hopefully start getting visibility. And I'll talk about not having a business or website in just a second. Okay, so you have your ideal client. I'm going to put these aside. And you know who you're talking to, and you know why you're talking to them. The second thing that I do is make sure to have a calendar. and this is a blank one. And I figure out what are the special dates or the milestones that I need to market out to my people on Instagram or on Facebook. But, you know, I like Instagram, so I'm going to talk about that. So, I didn't even say hi to you. I'm sorry. HWDB Hoops. I see you too. So, you make sure that you have your calendar and figure out, okay, well, let me give you an example. For example, in March, DMJ Home Solutions, which is part of our real estate company. So on March 4th, we're going to close on our home. That's a big deal. We need to tell our people about that. That's the first thing. On March 17th, it's my mother-in-law's anniversary. That's kind of a big deal too. We want to make sure to celebrate them. So you just go down all of the special days. I want to have a sale on this day. This is a special holiday. Go through all of that, and that is going to take about, well, how much time did I say? 5 minutes. Important days, sales, closing dates for, you know, real estate. And I also have another tool, which is my National Content Calendar or my Celebrate Everyday Calendar. Just looks like this, and it has all of the fun days. Like, for example, in January, it was National Milk Day, National Spouses Day, National Croissant Day. Just fun things that if it's for your company or if it fits your brand, it's super fun to have. So that's what I go through, and I put all of these things into my calendar. 5 minutes. The second thing you do is after you see everything that you need to do, you take all of your photos. This is going to take about 20 minutes, and I'm talking about like for 1 week only, or maybe just a few days. 20 minutes taking your photos, editing your photos, and no, girlfriend, you don't need a fancy camera. A lot of my product shop photos that you see either on my website or if you see on my Instagram is with my phone. Just because I have one of those fancy cameras, I just don't know about the lighting. It's so hard to me. Like, what is this knob? Like, why is there 1,000 buttons right now? And why can't I get it to focus? So I do not use the fancy camera a lot. I also have a smaller camera. It's like a point and shoot, and I just like touch the buttons a million times and figure out if the lighting's good, and then I take it. But I don't use it because that's not my focus. Or I just have other people take my photos. But all you need is an iPhone. Put it on portrait. If you don't have an iPhone, your friend probably has an iPhone. Tell them to come over and you'll pay them in food and you can have them take your photos. Just saying, like, not having a photo, like a camera or anything, that's not an excuse anymore. Sorry, girlfriend. We're in 2018. Like, we can do this very affordably. So, take your photos, edit them. I use Camera Plus as an app, and I also use VSCO, I think. So it's going to take about 20 minutes. I can get a few photos for Senian B. Herrera in 20 minutes, and I can get a good, I would say like 2 weeks worth. So you can do this. Now, a few tips. I'm not a photographer, but let me give you a few tips regarding photography. Just put it on a stand, like I have my phone right here, and just take photos of you working or whatever, like behind the scenes, things like that. Like, it's better that way. The lighting is better. I don't know if you can see, the sun is super harsh. Yikes. So I make sure that I don't take it at this time because there's no way. The sun is insane right now. Okay. 5-minute content calendar, 20-minute taking photos. So let's move on to the next one, which is super important, the captions. The captions is something that is, I guess you can say it's a little bit overwhelming because it's hard to write and you're like, what the heck do I say? Like, man, do I have to talk about goals every single day? Like, that's so boring, but that's what I sell, right? If you're like a goals coach or a fitness coach, like, Jesus, I am so bored of saying the same thing every day. But this is going to take anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes, depending on how much OCD you have. So let me just go through these notes really quick. That way, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. I am looking at my iPad and all of the technology I have going on right now. So if you have themes, for example, like Motivational Monday and Transformation Tuesday, that's amazing. Go ahead and get started that way, but I personally don't do that. So everyone does that, just saying. And this is not to offend anyone at all. I'm not thinking about someone in particular. I'm just saying what I see in general. Everyone does Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Way Back Wednesday, or Tip Tuesday. There's so many different themes, and that's amazing. And if you are not creative, that's fine. Do that. But if you want to stand out, and if you want to like outshine your competitors, just be different. Like, have categories. And I talk about this all the time. I have videos, blogs, like I have literally talk about this all the time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just send me a message after this. But what you can do is have categories for your brand and just recycle through them. Now, let me give you an example what that looks like, and it's going to make it super easy. You can get 2 weeks worth content in 20 minutes, I promise. For example, for Senian B. Herrera, Monday is some type of social media tip or making sure to remind you to use whatever for social media in your business. Tuesday is entrepreneur struggles, like anything that has to do with I forget to eat. My eyelashes don't look good today because whatever the case may be, that is entrepreneur struggles. Wednesday can be anything that has to do with time management tips. Thursday can be pink stuff in my shop, and Friday can be my husband. So if you recycle that, you already have in mind, okay, every Monday I'm going to talk about social media tips. I'm going to write every Monday for the rest of the month, all of the captions right now. And you're already in that groove. So you already have 4 days out of the month to do that. Now, if you do all of this timed and very strategically timed, if you use your content calendar 5 minutes, if you take your photos 20 minutes, and if you do your captions in 20 minutes as well, it could be anywhere from 1 hour every other week. Do you get that? Like, that's insane. An hour a week to get all of your content out of the way, and you can start concentrating on things that are fun, like liking people's photos, commenting, going on live. Like, you're gonna have time for that. I see Alicia's mom here. Hey, girl. Tell Alicia that I miss her. I haven't seen her for a long time. So, that is what you have to do. You need to sit down on a Monday or Sunday whenever you have a tiny bit of time. And if you don't have time because you're a mom, business owner, you need to make it. Because I know you're scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or the Snapchats. So my sound actually totally and completely stopped working, but I was explaining what different types of ebooks I had here. So feel free to visit bit.ly/Senia's ebooks. And that way you will go ahead and have all the different ebooks and free tools that I have been able to use with my personal business and that I'm now sharing with you. Thanks, guys.